wanting in the motions, the things that you did want me to go forward with now.
I've got the server room, the roof, the pay, and the duct cleaning. Is there another?
I second that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, let me add one other thing on the duct cleaning. We're not talking about the filtration, we're just talking the actual cleaning.
Well, I have it budgeted here to do that, but no, I'm not doing that right now, just,
I don't know if we ever decided.
We've already done the cleaning on everything else in this building.
yeah.
But what I was,
Before I do the air filtration system, I would come back to council.
Okay.
So that was just
Okay.
a cleaning.
We have a motion and a second. Sure somebody wants to. Any other comments?
Yeah. That one.
All in favor? Ayes have it.
I'm sorry it's so confusing, but when you're dealing with federal money,
I understand.
I don't want to turn around and pay the treasury back either.
Marvin, you did an outstanding job.
I got a feeling it's just gonna get worse. Discussion and or action regarding the 5-year general fund revenue. And tell me where this is in our packet. I've been pretty lost here.
It's the second one.
The 5-year plan?
What you just passed.
You don't have it in your packet?
Yeah, I got it right here.
How about the 5-year plan?
We started this several years back, and I just updated the 5-year plan, plugged in everything we have now. This does not include the bond at all. The bond's in another account all by itself. This is just the general fund and what we have allocated and set, and I showed you over the next 5 years. If you'll go look at the very last page. I don't think you want to look through each one.
You can rotate the picture.
If you look at the last page, I showed you what the base year was. And then from the base year, I went to the recently FY21 year. And then one we just adopted and went down the line with the years of the future projections that I have. And the only year that really was bad was 22-23, which right now shows to be in the red by $98,971. But all the others show to be in the black. This year was $933 in the black. Year 4 would be $10,462 in the black. Year 5 would be $54,363 in the black.
So, Marvin, in our discussions with our bond advisor, our financial advisor,
Mm-hmm.
you talked about how next year there's going to be a tough call because of the increase, fund the full payment of the bonds and all that kind of stuff. So did you make a decision in here related to that?
Yes, sir, I did. Figured on the 4.8%.
And is there anything you want to highlight to us that you had to do to make things work?
Well, of course, I'm just guessing until I know property values next year, but, I basically went through here on the taxes, trying to keep it in line with the maximum we can do, and growth, based off growth. We had a 10% growth this year. I don't know that I'll have that much next year, so I figured it a little less growth, about 7%. And that's where I came up with my calculations for the actual revenue to receive off the taxes. And the increased property value that I hope to get from development and everything else. That all played in there, and the building permits, fees increased that I anticipate. I mean, not on that subdivision, but I've got school and a lot of things coming in over this next year or two.
So you didn't make you don't have any planned cuts in here anymore?
No planned cuts.
So what you're saying is that even though it's in the red that 1 year, because it's not in the red, and it's time period, you can weather that.
Yes. Without getting in trouble with you, I could probably, get prior year funding to help me somewhat.
Yeah, that's just smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, okay. Well, so I didn't want to get in trouble with you, so I left that out.
Thank you, Steve. Marcia, what you keep an eye on?
An increase in the police and fire. Is that the pace that you're projecting?
Yes, sir.
That's built in?
Yes, sir.
Their pay scale?
All their step plans, yes, sir.
Okay.
No, I really would like to make, like Chief's saying, I understand what he's going through. And I would like to make it better, but it's gonna take, we worked this year to get equipment up and, get, from the government capital on our garbage trucks and things like that is all in this plan that once we get rid of that stuff, then we'll be doing good, but.
Well, you know, they brought up at TML that, people are leaving
Hang on, we got two.
cities.
3%, that's all I did.
3?
Yes, sir. And we don't normally do that much, but,
Yeah, that's what we should factor it in.
yes, sir, I did.
Sorry, Dan.
It was just brought up at one of the sessions at TML that, the number of people that are leaving, not only in city government, but the private industry, and we're talking about department heads like Disney and some of the Boeing and, Amazon, some of those places, and it's filtering down now, but since this pandemic, a lot of people are redoing themselves, I guess, and, they're losing a lot of quality people right now because they've decided they're gonna change their, desire of whatever they were doing at that time, and they're leaving in droves, and that's, I mean, we see it here trying to hire people here, and there's so many people now that are, right now, they're gonna go into another profession, especially if they can find something that they can work at home. They're so used to it now, they don't wanna go back to the regular office work and stuff like that, and it was,
It's shown that way for years.
That is a lot of problem you're dealing with right there with the home, going to the home. They've gotten used to that, and that's what they want.
they're just giving that up at either whether it's because of childcare or homeschool now, because so many schools are out, and they're having to decide whether to go to work or stay home and be with the kids because they're not in school. And they said it's really critical right now that, how many people, the cities are losing a lot of experience out the door, because these people are leaving in droves. So.
Right now, we're doing a budget, so that is where we need to come up with plans for our future police employees, right?
Yeah. But you only got so much to work with so much committed, and that's our problem. How are we gonna, something has to come off, is what I'm saying. Something has to
And I think you're right, something has to come off.
yeah. When
Right
you're
now,
talking,
police is about as important as it gets.
your labor is nearly 70%
Yeah,
of the city. You've got 30% to do maintenance and operations with. That's not a lot. So that's always been our problem for all these years. I'm hoping that Enterprise will be the greatest thing to ever hit, but I don't know yet. Their calculations and stuff looks great, but
And
we're gonna find out.
we've got to get economic development to get other forms of income to the city.
That's the thing, you need other forms of income. Or to reduce personnel, and I don't think we can reduce personnel. Gordon's over there right now wanting to tear into me for even saying that. But that's what you have to do, to have more